What's up guys, it's Dinger's Daily, and today's video is Bucks versus Nets series predictions. We're going to see who's going to win and how many games, the matchups that's going to happen, why I have what team winning, and how they match up against each other, and that's basically it. This is going to be one of the best series of the playoffs in my opinion, and the second round is just going to be really fun. This video is probably going to be posted as the game's going on, if not after game 1. But that's fine. I'm recording this before. I'll probably need some time to do editing and all that stuff. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button. We're at 287 subscribers. We've been climbing recently, so if we can get to like 290 by the end of the second round, I'll be super happy. And then 300 by the end of the playoffs is our goal for now. But yeah, thank you guys for all the support recently. In the description, you can check out all of our socials. First, let's start with the Bucks. Because of the injury to Dante DiVincenzo, and now he's like out for the rest of the playoffs, the Bucks starting 5 is going to be Jrue Holiday at point guard. Then you got Pat Connaughton at shooting guard. Then Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Brook Lopez to round out the starting 5. Off the bench, it's a full 9-man rotation. You got PJ Tucker, Bryn Forbes, Bobby Portis, and then one or two of Jordan Nwora, Jeff Teague, or somebody else, but it shouldn't be just Dante DiVincenzo in there, and they shouldn't have like the last guy they need to depend on. But yeah, that's their 9-man rotation. I'm pretty sure it should be 8, but like one of those guys are gonna get a couple minutes here and there. But this team is a very good defensive team. Like you got Jrue Holiday and Giannis with Brook Lopez and Dante DiVincenzo, who got injured, so we're not gonna talk really about him. But PJ Tucker is a great defensive enforcer off the bench. Well, you got Bobby Portis, who's a high energy guy. A lot of offensive rebounds, a lot of putbacks. He also shot the second highest 3-point percentage this year somehow, but he's really good at 3-point shooting now. And Bryn Forbes, really good shooter. Chris Middleton, we know what he can bring. Giannis, all those guys. Brook Lopez, just going to give you defense, hit some threes, box out. And then Jrue Holiday, their top playmaker so far in the playoffs, their top facilitator. He's going to give you some really good defense, some good clamps, as well as some buckets and some playmaking, like I said. Chris Middleton, lot of buckets. And then Giannis, extremely dominant, lots of defense, lots of buckets. So that's a little quick overview of the Milwaukee Bucks. Now let's head over to the other team they're facing up against, the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, this is a star-studded team. They have 3 stars. That's Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden. But also in the starting rotation at small forward, you got Joe Harris. And then at center, you got either DeAndre Jordan or Nicholas Claxton. But there have been some stuff coming out recently that DeAndre Jordan is going to be having a big role in this Bucks series. So for now, let's say it's DeAndre Jordan. And they might as well try Blake Griffin there. So there's like a lot of possibilities at the center spot. But that's it for the starting lineup. Now let's talk about the bench. You got off the bench, Bruce Brown, really good defender. He can give you some points as well, but just mainly a good defender. Landry Shamet, he's a really good shooter. Tyler Johnson plays some, and whoever didn't play, like Nicholas Claxton, if he's starting, then he's not going to be obviously off the bench. That's going to be DeAndre Jordan. And then finally, you got Jeff Green. He's just a really tough defender. He's going to make things tough for Giannis when he's guarding him. And Giannis gave him some props, but then again, that was more of a shot at James Harden. But yeah, that's it for their that's it for the rotation. Expect Alize Johnson to get some minutes, but that's the only other guy you can think of. And that's not going to be significant minutes, just minutes here and there. Alright, now as we did for the Bucks, let's talk about strengths of each guy. So Kevin Durant, great shooter, their leader in points, you know what I mean? You know who Kevin Durant is, amazing scorer. Okay, then you got Kyrie Irving, the facilitator, the playmaker, great efficiency guy, good shooter. And then James Harden, the guy who leads his team in assists. He gets triple-doubles all the time. He doesn't need to give you 30, although he's averaging 28 so far in the playoffs. They have 3 guys almost averaging 25 plus. And then Joe Harris, sharpshooter. A lot of guys are going to be focused on these 3, and Joe Harris is left wide open. He's going to knock some 3s down for you. And then Blake Griffin, he's not going to score too much. He can get some offensive rebounds. He can dunk it. He can finish it. Nothing too special, obviously, as he's a bit washed, you could say. Jeff Green, like I already mentioned, high defense. Like he's really good defense. And Landry Shamet, a really good shooter. Nick Claxton, he's a good offensive center. I like him a lot. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then DeAndre Jordan, he's a good enforcer, good defender, I guess ish. He can do some lobs and stuff. You know what I mean? That's it for who does what. And then now let's talk about the matchups. At point guard, you got James Harden going up against Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, crazy good defender. James Harden, crazy good offensive player. Who wins that battle? That's going to be really fun to watch. Then at the shooting guard, you got Pat Connaughton versus Kyrie, but they probably won't do that. They'll probably have Pat Connaughton guard Joe Harris, because obviously. And then they'll have Chris Middleton, who's taller and bigger than Kyrie, guard Kyrie. Chris Middleton, great shooter, great scorer. Kyrie, great shooter, great scorer. You know the vibe when it comes to those two. And then small forward, I guess, technically Joe Harris, and technically, Pat Connaughton, you could say, because that's how they're going to match up. And then the power forward one, these are the two best players on each of the teams. Giannis going up against Kevin Durant. And Giannis is a great defender, but the thing is, he's not really an ISO defender, you know what I'm saying? Like, he can play with some really good help defense, but he's not the best ISO defender. So we'll see how Kevin Durant does against Giannis. That's going to be just a really fun matchup to watch on both sides of the ball, whether Giannis is on offense or whether KD is on offense. And then finally, for the center position, you got whoever the Nets put out there, whether that's DeAndre Jordan, Blake Griffin, or even Nick Claxton, going up against the Splash Mountain. Brook Lopez, he's also really good. Great defender, like I already mentioned. That's just going to be a really good matchup. The centers don't have too much in this series. They have to just play good defense, rebound, and hit some shots occasionally. But now that we've talked about all of that, it's time for the thing you've all been waiting for, my final series prediction. One thing about the Nets, though, I really do want to say, my bad, you know what I mean. But, like, their defense isn't just going to hold up. Like, they had a really good defensive series, you could say, like, against the Celtics. But I think it's kind of a fluke for sure. The Bucks, great defense. The Nets, not so much. Nets, amazing offense. But their defense has to do good in order for them to win basketball games, you know what I'm saying? So I think the Bucks are going to have an advantage when it comes to that. I'm not saying they might win the series, they might not, you know what I'm saying, but I just think the Nets defense won't be able to hold up over a full 7-game series against a well-rested juggernaut like the Bucks. And that's why I have the Bucks in 7. And I know also the Nets don't have the best chemistry yet, but they all play very well together. I have Bucks in 7 just because of defense. The defense is going to help the Bucks win this series, and the Bucks are going to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, in my opinion. Now, don't come back to this video and be like, oh, the Nets won in 6. Oh my, you're wrong. You know, don't clip that. Don't be that guy. But yeah, that's it. My prediction: Bucks in 7. I'm not doing no Charles Barkley guarantee. That's just what I think is going to happen. But who knows? The Nets defense could do good. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Make sure you guys subscribe, hit that like button, and we're on the road to 300 subs. Please sub up. Bye. Go Bucks.